Now that we have a fundamental understanding of how floating elements and clearing float functions, let's build a simple layout using floats. And the layout that we are building in this video is this simple layout in which we have this header with this navigation bar, and after that we are going to build these three cards which have image and a paragraph and this beautiful heading. And this is what we are going to build in this video, so we can put into practice the concepts of float and understand the usage of float even better. So first of all, please download the starting files from the video's description. And after downloading the starting files, I want you to open that folder into your VS Code so that we can start building our layout. Now after opening VS Code, you can see we have this image folder in which we have this logo image and we have other three images. And also at the root of our folder, we have this index.html file and this style.css file. And these are the files that we are going to use in this project. Now first thing that I want you to do is to run your live server by clicking this go live button at the bottom right corner of your VS Code. Now after clicking this button, you can see our server is running on this port, and now we can see our changes to our website in our browser. Now the first thing that we need to create in our website is to create the header section of our web page. Now to create the header, we just need to use this header element. Now after adding header element, I am going to add image element so we can add our logo into our web page. Now here we are going to write the path of our image which is images, then slash, then here we have this logo black.png. Now after this, I want to set the width of our image using width attribute, and I am setting its width to 100 like this. And after this, I am just closing this tag, and after saving this file, you can see our logo is displaying on our web page. Now after logo, we have to create these four links. Now to create these links, we need to use this nav element. Now in this nav element, I am going to create four links with the class of link. And here is the shortcut of creating four links, which is first enter the name of the tag, which is A in our case, and then press the period sign, and after this I am going to enter the class name that I want for this element. Now here we are saying that we need a link element with the class name of link. That I want to specify here is how many links that I want to create, and now I want to create four links. Now after putting the tag name and this class name, we just need to use this multiply sign and then the number of links that we want, which is 4. And here you can see this emit abbreviation. Just click on it or just hit enter on your keyboard. Now after saving this file, you can see we have these four links element on our web page. Now here in this href attribute, I am using just multi-cursor technique to add this hash symbol in this href. Now after this, we just need to add the name of our links. So first link is for homepage, and now the second one is for services, and the third one is the blog, and for the last one is our about. And now after saving, you can see we successfully created these four links. Now after creating, I just want to add some styles to these links and to this header so it can look in a way that we want. Now please open your style.css file so we can put some styles to our web page. The first thing that I want to do is to do a global reset by using this asterisk symbol, which is a universal selector. And after selecting, I want to reset the padding and margin of each and every element, which we can reset by using margin property and setting its value to 0. After that, we want to reset the padding, and for padding we also need its value to 0 like this. And while using floats in your layout, it's better to use this property, which is box sizing, and then the value for this we can set is this border box. Now this box sizing property includes the padding and border in an element's total width and height, and by default the width and height of an element is calculated like width plus padding plus border is equal to actual width of an element, and height plus padding plus border is equal to actual height of an element. This means when we set the width and height of an element, the element often appears bigger than we have set. And then this box sizing property solves this problem, and this allows us to include the padding and border in elements total width and height. Now I hope you understand the concept why I am using this box sizing property for each and every element. And now after this I want to style our link elements. So just selecting our link element like this, and then the first thing that I want to do is to get rid of these horizontal lines that are at the bottom of our links, which we can do by using text decoration property and then setting its value to none like this. And now after saving, you can see these horizontal lines are now gone. Now after this I want to create some space at the left side of these links, which I can create using margin left property, and then I am setting its value to 1.5 rem. Now after saving, you can see now our links have a space of 1.5 rem at the left side. Now after this I want to change the background color, which we can change by using simply this background color property, and I am setting its value to hashtag F1, F5, F9. And right now after saving, you can see now our background color is changed to this background color. But I want to create some space inside of this element, and which we can create by using padding property, and I am setting top and bottom value to 1 rem, and then for left and right I am setting it to 2 rem like this. And now after saving, these links are now looking like a buttons. Very nice. And now after this I want to change the text color of these links, and to change the text color we need to use our color property, and I am setting its value to hashtag 333 like this, and then hit Ctrl plus S to save your file so we can see the changes that we made. Now after changing the font color, I want to change the border radius. I am setting its value to 10 pixels to make the corner of our links a little bit rounded. And after saving, you can see our corners of these links are now rounded. Now our buttons are created successfully. Now I want to add some styles for hover state for these links. So first we need to select this, and then we need to use the pseudo class to add style to the hover state of our links. Now here I just want to change the background color when the user hover to our buttons. So just using background color property and setting its value to hashtag E2E8F0 like this, and now hit Ctrl plus S to save your file. And after saving, now if I hover to my button element, you can see its color is changing. But here if you see that this changing effect is too sudden. But here I want one more thing, that when I hover to this button, I want to change from this background color to this color in a specified time, so it could look like a transition. So in order to do this, I am using this transition property, and here first value that we are going to specify is all, and after that we need to specify the time, which is in our case 0.3 seconds like this. Now after saving, if you hover your buttons, you can see this nice effect on hover. And now this transition property allows you to change property values smoothly over a given duration. And now after this, I want to style our header element. So to style this, I am just selecting this header element right here by using its tag name, and I am selecting this element. Now the first thing that I want to apply here is the overflow property. I am setting its value to auto like this. Now after this, I want to add the border bottom to our header element, which we can add simply using border bottom property. Now in here, first thing that we need to specify is the width of our border, which is 1 pixel, and the type is solid. So the value for the color is E2E8F0. Now after saving this file, you can see this nice little border at the bottom of this header section. And now at last I want to add some box shadow to this header element. And to add a box shadow, we just need to use box shadow property. And then here I am using RGBA values. Now the first value is 0, and the second value is also 0, and the third value is 0, and at last for alpha channel I am setting it to 0.15 like this. After that we need to specify some more values. Now the first one is 1.95 pixel, the second one is also 1.95 pixel, and the third value is 2.6 pixels like this. Now after saving our file, you can see this nice shadow at the bottom of this header section. And right now our nav bar is not on the right side of our web page. To move our nav bar to the right side, we just need to select this nav element, and then we will float this to the right of our header section. So just selecting nav element and now using float and setting its value to right like this. Now after saving, you can see our nav bar is at the right side of our header section. But here is the problem that it's not at the center. That is why it is not looking good. So first of all, we need to create some space at the top of our nav. In order to do this, we need to use margin top property, and I am setting its value to 40 pixels like this. Now after saving, you can see our nav bar is now at the center, and the only problem is that on the right of this nav bar we don't have any space. Now to give that space, we just need to use margin right property, and then I am setting it to 2 rem, and you can see we have now some space at the right of our nav bar. And now we successfully created our header section. Now the next thing that we are going to create is this section in which we have this heading and 3 cards with these images and paragraphs. Now let's start building this section. Now for this section I am using this section element like this, and in here the first thing that we need is the heading, which is beautiful places. And after this we need a container in which we have image and paragraphs. Now here I am again using the shortcut to create a div with a class of container, which we can do using div, then using period sign, and then the name of our class, which is container. Now after hitting enter, you can see our div with the class of container is now created by using this technique. Now in this container I am going to create 3 card elements. In order to create this, I am just creating 3 div with class of image dash container. And now I want 3 of these, and that is why I am adding multiply by 3. And after this I am just hitting enter on my keyboard. And now you can see we have these 3 divs in which we are going to place our image and our paragraphs. So first I am using image tag to insert image like this, and I am just entering the path of our image, which is in images folder, and then the name of image is image1. And now here I am using alt attribute and I am setting its value to nature. Now after this I am giving this image a class name of img. Now just closing our image tag. Now one more thing that we need in this container is the paragraph. And now for paragraph I am just using emit abbreviation, which is lorem 20, and after writing just press enter, and now you can see we have this dummy text for our card elements. And now I am just copying and pasting these 2 elements to these div containers like this. And now after placing these, just change the name of these images. This one is image2 and this one is image3. And after that press Ctrl plus S to save your file. And right now if you take a look onto your website, we have these huge images on our web page. And now it's time to add some styles to these images and these paragraphs so that they can look like this. Now open your style.css file. Now the first thing that I want to do is to select this section element and to add some space on top of our section by using margin top property and setting its value to 3 rem. And the other thing that I want is to align the text in this section to center, which we can align by using text align property and setting its value to center like this. Now after this I want to add some styles to this heading. So first we need to select this element. Now because this heading is in this section, I can first select section and then after that I can select this heading element like this. And here I want to increase the size of this heading to 2 rem like this, and then just changing its color to hashtag 333. And at last we need to add some margin bottom to this heading which is of 2 rem, and hit Ctrl+S to save your file. Now our heading is looking better. Now after this we need to adjust the size of these images because right now these images are too big. So to adjust the size of these images we need to select these images and then simply setting the width to 18 rem. Now these images are looking good. After this I want to add some style to this container in which we have these 3 divs and paragraphs and images. So first I am selecting our container, and first of all I am going to set the max width to 60 rem so that we can center our container. Now I hope you remember this technique to center the container in a web page. Now the second thing that we have to do is to set margin property, and for top and bottom set its value to 0 and for left and right to auto like this. And also I am using overflow property to auto. Now after adding these styles we need to select this image container. Now I am selecting image dash container, and then to make these images container side by side we need to use our float property. And now I am setting its value to left, and now I want to add some margin to all the 4 sides of 1 rem. And right now these images container have 100% width, and that is why I am setting its max width to 18 rem. Now you can see after saving, our images container are now side by side. Now one last thing that I want to add to this image container is the box shadow. Now again I am using RGBA values, and I am setting the alpha channel to 0.24, and after that I am setting 0 pixel. For second value I am setting it to 3 pixel, and for third I am setting it to 8 pixels. And now you can see this nice shadow around our boxes. Now at last I just want to add some padding to this paragraph. So this paragraph is in this image container. So first I am selecting this image container, and from there I am selecting our paragraph, and I am adding a padding of 10 pixels on all 4 sides. And after saving this file you can see we have 10 pixels of padding around this paragraph. And now we successfully built our layout using floats. Congratulations, we have successfully completed the construction of our layout using floats. So this is how we built a very simple float layout using floats. Now again, these are a bit hard to understand and to work with, and that is why the people who work on CSS came up with these modern solutions such as Flexbox and CSS Grid, and we will talk about them very soon. And that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join this exciting web development journey with us. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can put those in the comment section below. Until next time, keep coding and creating. I will see you in the next video.